Everyone who knows Chad Ochocinco knows that he is one of the few guys from the catalog of modern professional football players that truly did not care what anyone else thought. The fact of the matter is, we get an incredibly filtered version of our favorite football players, whether it's a post-game presser or even within their social media presence. Many of today's players are very hesitant to do or say anything that might be considered even the slightest bit controversial. But Chad, well, good old Ochocinco was liable to do or say anything, and I mean literally anything. It really doesn't matter what kind of story you heard about Chad. It could be the most over-the-top, urban legend kind of myth imaginable, but when it comes to someone like Ochocinco, your first instinct is to believe it. Playing some random NFL fans he met on Twitter and FIFA, a guest hosting appearance on WWE, Dancing with the Stars, you name it, and Ochocinco has done it. Of course, he had his own reality TV dating show called Ochocinco The Ultimate Catch. Plus, there are all of his in-game antics, and I mean, come on. The guy proposed to a cheerleader mid-game. And while his jovial antics and hobbies provided us football fans with endless entertainment, it didn't seem to hinder his performance on the field. When he retired, Ochocinco held over 10 Bengals franchise records and had earned 6 trips to the Pro Bowl and 4 All-Pro selections. After all, no one wants to see some scrub dancing around in the end zone after just his 3rd touchdown catch in as many seasons. The point being, Ochocinco is an exception to the rule. He was a star player that earned his keep, both on and off the field, and created a larger-than-life persona instead of falling in line like many of his peers, who we have only ever seen watered-down versions of. Ever since he entered the public spotlight back in the mid-2000s, transforming from a relatively anonymous second-round pick to a breakout star at the wide receiver position, he has been the same dude on the field, off the field, and on social media, no matter what. And his recent admissions are no different, regardless of how, well, questionable and disturbing they really are. Because this time it wasn't some quirky name change or another appearance in some medium of pop culture, but instead, it was his out-of-the-blue confession that he took his version of performance enhancers while in the NFL. More specifically, Ochocinco took to Twitter to admit the following. I took Viagra before every game and people thought they'd stop me. If my stat line was bad, I wasn't covered. The pass was just incomplete.
It's only my calf. It gotta be my sock, nothing.
You take anything for the game?
Yeah, Viagra.
That'll make you cry.
While your first instinct might be to assume that he took it to be ready for, let's call it some post-game extracurriculars, that was not the case. Because when one of the fans asked him simply, why Viagra, he had a response that was rather to the point. According to Chad, it had nothing to do with meeting and greeting any of the locals in whatever city his team was playing, but instead, it was for performance-enhancing purposes. Because, in his words, how are you gonna stop me running on 3 legs every Sunday? No hat. What I found particularly shocking after doing some digging on this is apparently he isn't the only professional athlete to do this. Apparently, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, and a slew of other athletes associated with Victor Conte and Balco were taking it because it helps to build up endurance and deliver oxygen and nutrition more efficiently. Pro cycling, a sport that is no stranger to performance-enhancing drugs, had a Viagra scandal of its own too. At the 2008 Giro d'Italia, Italy's biggest bike race, cyclist Andrea Molletta was suspended after the National Police searched his father's car and found 82 Viagra pills and a syringe. So, while Chad's explanation was aligned with his crass sense of humor, I guess he wasn't kidding when he said he took Viagra as a way to sidestep the league's drug policy and get an edge on Sundays. Although studies have shown that the benefits are minimal, especially in the context of the more robust performance enhancers, at the highest level, there becomes so little room for error that athletes are always looking for even the slightest advantage they can find, even if it comes with some heavy stigma and a boatload of preconceived notions. But hey, what is your favorite Chad Ochocinco moment? Join us in that comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and we definitely appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.